Today we will be discussing about children's television with special reference to India. My table of contents will include a brief introduction of the topic, timeline of Indian children's television, target audience, the business of entertainment, the process of a script, television and education, a double-edged sword, content for children television programs, most popular children's programs since Doordarshan, the new trouble on the horizon, virtual autism, regulations in India, parental involvement, case studies, the road ahead, and also the references. So, first of all, let us begin with the basic understanding of children's television. So, children's television in India has undergone many changes and developments that have implications for parents, children, and the media. This lecture attempts to explore the evolution of children's television and critically examine the role of the government and other stakeholders in its regulation. So, a brief examination of television programming pertaining to children is very important to understand. Actually, television has become an integral part of Indian households, and for children, it serves as a gateway to entertainment, knowledge, education, and cultural connection. Indian children's television boasts a rich history evolving from educational programs to vibrant animation and live action shows. Furthermore, the landscape of children's television programming has evolved dramatically. Today, children have an abundance of educational and informational programming options available from both broadcast and non-broadcast sources. As we delve deeper into the realm of Indian children's television, this talk will explore its historical timeline, target demographies, content considerations, educational impact, advertising dynamics, notable programs, regulatory frameworks, and the crucial role of parental involvement in shaping responsible viewing habits. By examining these elements, we will gain a comprehensive understanding of how children's television not only entertain but also significantly influence the educational, cultural, and social landscape of young viewers across the country. So, what is the timeline of Indian children's television? Till the early 90s, Doordarshan was the sole television channel available to the Indian child. The channel aired many educational shows and a few children's series. The next slide provides a brief picture of the time spans covering a variety of television programs that evolved over the years. So, pre-liberalization, let's talk about that. 1960s witnessed a marginal development in children's television programs. Doordarshan, India's public service broadcaster, launched its first dedicated children's program, Bal Bharti, featuring educational content and storytelling. You would remember that Bal Bharti is also the name of a very popular children's magazine, which is again published by a unit run by Government of India. Doordarshan began as an experimental broadcaster in Delhi on 15 September 1959 with a small transmitter and a makeshift studio. Regular daily transmission started in 1965 as part of All India Radio. You would know that All India Radio is also a public service broadcaster. By the time we reached 1970s, we saw another significant change. Bombay Doordarshan was established in 1972, leading to the production of 4 major children's television programs, One of them was Ek Anek or Ekta. The Khera Communications project produced a Gujarati translated program, The Seed is Bigger Than the Banyan Tree, the first children's television show for rural India, which was brought over with 40 episodes being telecast in a span of 2 years between 1975 to 1977. Now let's come to the next era, which is the 80s. Doordarshan's expansion in the 1980s led to multiple new shows for or about children. Iconic shows like Ramayana and Mahabharata captivated audiences with mythological tales and cultural values. There was simultaneously a growing presence of foreign children's shows on Doordarshan. This was the time when Jalandhar Doordarshan became one of the stations where a regular program for children was broadcast every Friday. The program was titled Bachon Ke Liye. This program was immensely popular among young audiences. In 1986, India's first serialized 2D animation film, Gaya Baya, was aired as a 10-part series on Doordarshan. It revolved around the adventures of Gayab, the friendly, always a do-gooder, Casper-type naughty ghost. Shows like Dada Dadi Ki Kahaniyan, Malgudi Days, Ek Do Teen Char, Indradhanush etc. also became every child's story. Post-liberalization, we saw a major shift in television programming. The broadcasting scenario in India changed dramatically starting in the early 1990s. Foreign channels for children such as Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon gradually lured the Indian child with their fast-paced animation and slick production values. The first Indian superhero show, Shaktiman, aired on DD National from 1995 on Sundays, took the nation by storm. By the time we reached 2000, the new century, we saw again a major shift. In India, following the influences of the global channels, 3 Indian local 24-hour cartoon channels were launched, namely Pogo TV, Hangama, Chutti TV in 2004, 2006 and 2007 respectively. Local animation studios flourished, producing shows like Chhota Bheem and Motu Patlu. Educational channels like Discovery Kids and National Geographic Kids gained popularity. By 2010, we saw digital platforms like YouTube Kids that emerged, offering diverse content for children of all ages. So, children's television in India encompasses a wide range of programming that is designed to entertain, educate and engage young viewers through a variety of means that go simply beyond airing cartoons. Live action shows adapted from mythological epics and historical dramas have played a major role in expanding the scope of television in India. Folk art forms such as puppetry-based entertainment, colloquially known as Kathputli, have been incorporated into television shows meant for the children. Shows like Gali Gali Sim Sim, aired in 2006, are examples of puppetry being included in television screens. The same period also saw the advent of shows such as MAD, which is Music, Art, Dance, that aimed at enhancing children's creativity and introducing them to art through television. The popularity of such programs led to the emergence of the growing phenomena of edutainment, which continues to be a part of the modern age of children-oriented content and media. The ever-increasing scope of children's programs continues to be a part of popular discourse, which is of interest to parents, children, teachers, and also the production houses. So, what is the target audience and why is it important? It is indeed very, very crucial. So, India's children's television caters to a diverse age group with content tailored to their specific developmental stages. Preschool, which means 2 to 5 years old, programming focuses on basic vocabulary, numbers, shapes, and social interaction. Shows like Choo Choo Rocket and Bal Hanuman use vibrant animation, catchy songs, and simple narratives. For younger children, which is the age group of 6 to 9 years old, shows feature more complex storylines, humor, and problem-solving elements. Animations like Roll Number 21 and Mighty Raju introduce moral lessons, teamwork, and relatable characters. Older children, which means the age group of 10 to 12 years old, in this particular age group, the content generally caters to a maturing audience with real world themes, coming of age stories, and relatable characters. Live action shows like Sonpuri and Oye Jassi address issues like friendship, self-discovery, and family dynamics. So, what is the data point? Till now we have discussed about how content is important, why target audience is important, but at the same time statistical details are also important to understand the growth of children's television, especially in a country like India. According to 2023 reports by FICCI and EY, the overall media and entertainment sector grew by 8% in 2023, reaching 2.3 trillion, with projections that it will grow further to 3.1 trillion by the end of 2026. A significant driver of this growth is the rise of digital media, particularly online gaming, which is expected to reach 38,800 crores by 2026. You can imagine the growth and the expansion of children's television through this data. So, when we talk about the content for children's programs, generally it is divided into two major parts, desirable and undesirable. Creating compelling content for Indian children's television requires a delicate balance between entertainment, education, and cultural relevance. These are the various desirable and non-desirable elements of the content that need to be taken care of while actualizing it for children's television programs. So, under desirable content, we are going to discuss certain subpoints. Educational value, shows that promote learning through age-appropriate concepts like mathematics, science, and social skills, often weaved into mythological stories or historical narratives. Then positive role models. This desirable content includes characters who display courage, honesty, respect for all elders, a core value in Indian culture, and a commitment to helping others, which means such shows work around role models that can influence and that can also provide them a basic understanding about the societal values. Third point is cultural connection, which again is very, very crucial to understand. So, in this desirable content, there are shows that showcase Indian festivals, traditions and mythology, fostering a sense of pride and cultural identity in young viewers. By doing so, we also inculcate an understanding of a complete national foray wherein they start respecting the festivals and the rituals which are performed, which are organized by different states. Positive social messages. This means content that addresses social issues like environment awareness, gender equality and cyber safety in a sensitive and age appropriate manner. Then point number 5 is about humor and imagination. You would understand both these things are very important for the growth of a child. So, in this desirable content, major focus is towards engaging narratives that celebrate India's rich folklore and spark creativity in children. Sixth point is about moral ethics. So, under this desirable content, the emphasis is on instilling moral values and principles such as being honest, helpful, etc., through setting up the narrative of the story in that dimension, that is, through various actions of the protagonist. Then, what are the undesirable contents which is also to be looked at very carefully while preparing any content which is to be viewed by children? One has to be careful about the undesirable content so that it does not leave an undesirable impact on the minds of the young audience. So, the first point here is the excessive violence and aggression. While some mythological tales depict battles, excessive focus on violence can be detrimental. Obviously, it should be avoidable and emphasis should be on giving positive messages to children instead of giving anything which can impact their mind in a negative manner. Second one is about negative stereotypes. Shows that portray gender roles rigidly or perpetuate stereotypes based on caste or religion can be harmful. Third is unrealistic body image. This desirable content means overemphasis on unrealistic beauty standards or body types which can negatively impact self-esteem in young viewers. So, under the undesirable content, the next point is about product placement. This includes excessive product placement in shows that can cultivate materialistic values and pressure children to pester parents for specific products. And actually this happens, children start pestering their parents for buying specific things because they see those messages on television and they get influenced. Point number 5 is about loud noises and fast paced editing, which would mean overwhelming young viewers and hindering their ability to focus and concentrate. So, till now we have discussed about various aspects of children's programming on television. We will continue with this talk in the next series.